Another episode. No, I'm just kidding. So it's been months since I first initially tried to sync timing on this car. I've tried to go back to the old coil pack, do the loop back. It was just intermittent timing lights hidden. So I'm using this Auto Dream CAS position sensor, cam angle, crank angle sensor. So anywho, on the Infinity, it gives you drop downs. So I set it to what the manufacturer said, which was 24 crank haul and 1 cam haul, and it ended up being 12 crank haul, 1 cam haul. But that wasn't my only issue, because it was sporadically hitting the crank with the light, and I just could not get it. So I tried to put the plugs back in and do it again, and then so this is gonna be my 4th or 5th time trying to sync timing in the last 2.5 months. So anywho, I changed it to the 12 and 1, and it's the same thing as the AEM EPM engine position module, same settings. So if you put it on what I just said, the 12 crank haul and 1 cam haul, and you're from the EPM, it will not switch it. It will just stay EPM because it's the exact same concept and settings. So my friend's on the way over to help me, and I'm hoping I could get this damn thing synced so I could get her fired up. I'm excited and nervous because I'm tired of waiting. Well, that's day 5 of messing with this timing. It basically did the same thing. I lost connectivity, pulled the harness apart, put it back together, and we're talking about the patch harness, and it works again. Trying another file that the manufacturer from the CAS sent me, but it's doing the same thing. I actually went back to my old Nissan RB26 R32 harness, and I'm using the loop back, and that's going to be my next trial. I did it before for the AEM Series 2. I don't think I tried using it when I first started messing with this, but I'm gonna try that because it was giving me good flashes at 20 degrees advanced, and I just don't have no one to turn it over. My friends left, they had things to do, but I appreciate their help. Next second, we'll be on it again. Super excited. I reset the Hall effect sensor on the Auto Dream, and probably a little tighter than 1/4, and snugged it back up, and guess what? It's reading exactly where it should be. So I was able to time it. I tried to put the 580 in, it kept dropping the AEM, what is it, the engine EPM or whatever. Hold up, let me tell you exactly. It kept dropping the EPM, yeah, engine position module, off of the drop down. So I don't know if that's a software glitch, but I was able to time it into 20 degrees advance, and I think we're good. So I just put all the plugs and coil packs back on the R35 upgrade kit. So now I'm gonna get it ready to see if we start it, man. I'm excited. Test 1 after ignition sync. Fail 1, I forgot to hook the harness back up. Too excited, because my old coil pack's still hooked up, that's the problem. And I won't be able to fine tune it until I put a plug wire on coil 1, so I'm gonna go ahead and unhook this stuff. If I can get it off. This old connectors. There's my old coil pack and everything. This is what I used to get it synced, and it was right on 20 degrees. So it should start up once I get this all plugged in. A long time coming. All right. Where you hiding? There's that one. Where'd the other piece go? Oh, it's way up here. All right. Okay. Take two. I don't hear fuel pumps anymore. We lost signal again. What is going on? I've been having this trouble also where I lose connectivity to the ECU. Everything seems to stay on, like the gauges and stuff, but you'll see it. I'm going to unplug the harness and plug it back in. It's kind of funky. I don't get this. You hear how it all kicked back on? I'm not sure why it's doing that. So, since I can't time it at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and put the computer up front. And take it with me. Want to monitor what's going on here. But it should start. It actually was running for a second. Oh, what? So after several attempts, she's back up and running. First kind of started the other day, but it was running really shitty, so I didn't capture that. But looks like my IAC valve is kind of making noises, and I unplugged it just to see if that isolated the noise. It was it. Plug it back in, still making noise, but gave it a good idle, so it's working the computer, but it's oscillating right now. But man, long time coming. Got some tweaks to do, obviously, before I go on the dyno, but definitely progress. Just gonna show you, or let you hear the noise. It was very hard to isolate because that IAC valve's like right beneath it and there's no room hardly. So feeling it, you would think it makes a pretty good vibration. I couldn't feel it really vibrating. So I unplugged it and it completely stopped. That's an IAC valve. It's around $300 brand new. So we'll see if I need to replace it. It's actually running pretty decent, but it's making a lot of noise. Why I couldn't start the car. Let's get back to my issue initially. So this Hall effect sensor, I was told it needs to be about a quarter turn. I did less than that. I probably did just like an eighth, a little over an eighth turn, and then my signal populated perfectly down on the crank for the timing light. Also, just with these coil packs, you know, you want to use a good source for your timing light. So just have a good gun, have a good wire, and go that route. I was also able to get signal from the loop back on the old harness. So I mean, to each its own. Everybody says don't use that one, but I had no problems. Where did it go? Coil pack. Oh, it's over here. Oops, almost died. So they say not to use this one, but I had no problem. I used it initially when I finally got a good signal, and then I put this on and it was exactly like that one. So to each his own, you know, but I'm happy she's running. She's a little rich, but, and you know, it needs to be tuned. So I'm gonna end this video and hopefully we could get into better videos from here out. Another thing to note, it's reading like 500 RPM over what I'm seeing on my gauges and on the ECU. So it shows around 1100-ish up to 14. Over here on the dash I'm showing around 15 to 1900. So that's another monster to chase, I guess.